The 1980s arrived with a completely different energy. Britain was changing fast. Bright shop signs, busy high streets, and modern office buildings were becoming part of everyday life. On the roads, cars were changing too. Designers were moving away from the boxy shapes of previous decades, creating sleeker, more modern vehicles that looked exciting before they even started moving. Luxury and style meant something different now. Drivers wanted comfort, performance, and a design that stood out from the crowd. Whether parked outside a city hotel or cruising along a motorway, certain British cars had the power to make people stop and look. Some became symbols of success. Others became everyday favorites that people still remember with affection. A few even grew into automotive legends whose popularity has lasted for decades. Today, we're counting down 10 iconic British cars that turned heads during the 1980s. Let's begin. Number 10. Morris Itoll. Our countdown starts with a car that became a familiar sight on British roads throughout the early 1980s. Introduced in 1980 by Morris, the Itoll was British Leyland's attempt to modernize the long-running Marina while keeping production costs under control. Although it shared much of its engineering with its predecessor, the Itoll received an updated exterior design by the Italian styling company Itoll Design. The cleaner front end, revised grille, and smoother body lines gave it a fresh appearance that suited the new decade. Several engines were offered, including economical 1.3-liter and 1.7-liter petrol units. They focus on reliability and low running costs rather than outright performance. Inside, the cabin was straightforward and practical. Improved seats, clearer instruments, and better trim made everyday driving more comfortable for families and commuters alike. The Itoll wasn't a glamorous luxury car, but it became a dependable companion for thousands of British households. It was seen everywhere, from suburban driveways to country villages, and remains an instantly recognizable symbol of everyday Britain in the early 1980s. Number 9. Jaguar XJ Series 3. Moving up the list, we come to one of Britain's finest luxury saloons. By 1980, the Jaguar XJ Series 3 had refined an already successful formula into one of the most elegant executive cars on the road. The updated styling, created with help from the Italian design house Pininfarina, gave the XJ a slightly higher roofline and improved proportions while preserving its unmistakable Jaguar identity. Its long bonnet, graceful curves, and chrome detailing gave it effortless presence. Buyers could choose smooth straight-six engines or the famous 5.3-liter V12. Both delivered refined performance, while the V12 provided exceptionally quiet and effortless power that few competitors could match. The interior reflected traditional British luxury. Rich leather seats, polished walnut veneer, deep carpets, and comfortable seating created an atmosphere that felt more like an exclusive lounge in a car. The XJ Series 3 quickly became the choice of business leaders, diplomats, and government officials. It offered prestige without excessive flashiness, making it one of the most respected luxury cars of the decade. Even today, many enthusiasts believe it represents one of Jaguar's most beautiful designs. Number 8. Triumph TR8. Not every British car in the 1980s focused on quiet luxury. Some preferred excitement, and the Triumph TR8 delivered exactly that. Launched in 1980, the TR8 stood out with its sharp wedge-shaped body and low, aggressive stance. Unlike the rounded sports cars of earlier years, it embraced modern styling that immediately caught attention wherever it appeared. Power came from Rover's 3.5-liter V8 engine. It delivered strong acceleration, a distinctive exhaust note, and enough performance to earn the nickname the English Corvette. The cabin remained simple but comfortable. Supportive seats, easy-to-read instruments, and an open-top driving experience made every journey feel more engaging. Although production numbers remained relatively low, enthusiasts appreciated the TR8 because it combined British character with genuine V8 performance. Today it remains one of Triumph's most desirable classic sports cars. Number 7. Reliant Scimitar GTE. Next comes one of the most unusual cars ever built in Britain. The Reliant Scimitar GTE proved that practicality and style could exist in the same vehicle. Its shooting brake design looked unlike anything else on British roads. The long roofline, large rear window, and sleek profile gave it a sporty appearance while providing generous luggage space. Under the bonnet sat Ford's dependable 3.0-liter Essex V6 engine. It offered smooth touring performance, making the Scimitar an excellent choice for long-distance driving across Britain and Europe. Inside, buyers enjoyed supportive seating, with trim, and generous visibility. The spacious cabin made it comfortable for families without sacrificing its grand touring personality. The Scimitar developed a loyal following because it offered something completely different. It wasn't simply another sports car or another estate car. It successfully combined the strengths of both, earning a unique place in British motoring history. Number 6. Ford Fiesta Supersport. Closing out the first half of our countdown is a small car that brought plenty of personality to Britain's roads. Introduced in 1980, the Ford Fiesta Supersport transformed the already successful Fiesta into something far more exciting. At first glance, it looked noticeably sportier than the standard model. Bold side stripes, alloy wheels, front air dam, rear spoiler, and a lower stance gave it an energetic appearance that appealed to younger drivers. Power came from Ford's lively 1.3-liter Kent engine. While it wasn't the most powerful hot hatch of the decade, its lightweight made it enjoyable to drive and surprisingly responsive on winding roads. Inside, sports seats, a 3-spoke steering wheel, and distinctive trim created a more youthful atmosphere without sacrificing practicality. The Fiesta Supersport became popular because it gave buyers sporty styling at an affordable price. It captured the spirit of the early 1980s perfectly and helped pave the way for the famous Fiesta XR2 that followed soon after. Number 5. Mini. Although the Mini first appeared in 1959, it remained one of Britain's most recognizable cars throughout the 1980s. While newer hatchbacks entered the market, the Mini refused to fade away. Its timeless design and lively personality continued to win over drivers of every age. Its compact shape made it perfect for crowded British streets. The short wheelbase, simple styling, and unmistakable profile meant everyone recognized a Mini the moment it appeared. Most versions used economical 4-cylinder engines that delivered modest power, but the Mini's lightweight construction made it feel surprisingly quick around town. Its famous front-wheel drive layout gave it exceptional handling, allowing drivers to take corners with confidence. Inside, the cabin was simple yet cleverly designed. Despite its small size, there was enough room for 4 people, and the upright seating position made the car feel more spacious than expected. People loved the Mini because it was affordable, dependable, and genuinely fun to drive. It appealed to students, families, celebrities, and racing enthusiasts alike. By the 1980s, it had already become a British icon, proving that great design never goes out of style. Number 4. Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Some cars earned attention through elegance. Others did it through sheer presence. The Aston Martin V8 Vantage managed both. Introduced during the late 1970s and continuing into the 1980s, the V8 Vantage became Britain's answer to the world's fastest grand touring cars. Its muscular bodywork, flared wheel arches, and aggressive front spoiler gave it a powerful appearance that few could ignore. Under the bonnet sat Aston Martin's hand-built 5.3-liter V8 engine. It produced outstanding performance for its era, allowing the V8 Vantage to compete with some of Europe's finest supercars while maintaining impressive refinement. Inside, the cabin reflected traditional British craftsmanship. Fine leather upholstery, polished wood trim, thick carpeting, and carefully assembled controls created an atmosphere of luxury that matched its performance. Owners appreciated that the V8 Vantage offered speed without sacrificing comfort. It could cruise across Britain with ease before delivering thrilling performance whenever the road opened up. Even today, it remains one of Aston Martin's greatest achievements and one of the defining British performance cars of the decade. Number 3. Lotus Esprit. By the early 1980s, the Lotus Esprit had become one of the most recognizable sports cars in the world. Its dramatic wedge-shaped body and futuristic styling made it look unlike anything else on British roads. Designed by the legendary Giorgetto Giugiaro, the Esprit featured sharp lines, pop-up headlights, and an incredibly low driving position. It looked more like an exotic Italian supercar than a traditional British sports car. Power came from Lotus 4-cylinder engines that focus on lightweight performance rather than sheer size. Combined with the car's low weight and excellent chassis balance, the Esprit delivered precise handling that earned praise from drivers and motoring journalists alike. The interior surrounded the driver with sporty seats, clear instruments, and a cockpit-like layout that emphasized the car's performance-focused character. Its appearance in films, magazines, and television only added to its popularity. For many young enthusiasts growing up during the 1980s, the Lotus Esprit was the ultimate dream car hanging on their bedroom wall. Today, it remains one of Britain's most celebrated sports cars and a lasting symbol of the decade. Number 2. Rover SD1. Few executive cars looked as bold as a Rover SD1. Introduced in the late 1970s and remaining highly respected throughout the 1980s, it combined practicality with styling that still feels modern today. Inspired by contemporary Italian sports car design, the SD1 featured a long sloping bonnet, clean body lines, and a distinctive fastback rear hatch. It stood apart from traditional luxury saloons and immediately caught attention wherever it went. Several engines were available, but the famous 3.5-liter Rover V8 gave the SD1 its strongest reputation. It delivered smooth, confident performance while remaining comfortable enough for everyday executive use. Inside, the cabin focused on comfort and practicality. Wide seats, generous space, and a driver-oriented dashboard made long journeys relaxing while still feeling modern for its time. The SD1 became popular among executives, police forces, and government organizations. It offered style, performance, and practicality in one distinctive package. Today, it is remembered as one of the boldest executive cars Britain has ever produced and a true icon of the 1980s. Number 1. Ford Escort Mk3, 1980. Taking the number 1 position is a car that completely changed Britain's family car market. Introduced in 1980, the Ford Escort Mk3 represented a major step forward for Ford and quickly became one of the country's most successful cars. Its clean, aerodynamic styling looked modern from the moment it arrived. Moving away from the previous generation's rear-wheel drive layout, the Escort adopted front-wheel drive, giving it better interior space and improved everyday practicality. A wide range of efficient 4-cylinder engines allowed buyers to choose a model that best suited their needs. Whether used for commuting, family holidays, or business travel, the Escort proved dependable and economical. Inside, the cabin featured a modern dashboard, comfortable seating, and improved visibility. Everything felt designed with everyday drivers in mind, helping make the Escort one of Britain's favorite cars. People loved it because it offered modern engineering at an affordable price. It appealed to young families, first-time buyers, and company car drivers alike. Over time, the Mk3 became one of the defining cars of the decade and remains a familiar sight at classic car events today. Its success wasn't based on luxury alone. It succeeded because it combined attractive styling, practicality, and reliability in a way that perfectly matched what Britain needed during the 1980s. Those were 10 iconic British cars that turned heads throughout the 1980s. Some became symbols of luxury, others delivered thrilling performance, and a few simply earned a place in everyday life through dependable design and timeless appeal. Together, they captured the spirit of a decade when British motoring embraced modern styling, new technology, and fresh ideas without losing the character that made these cars so memorable. Even today, these classics continue to attract admirers wherever they appear, reminding us why the 1980s remain one of the most exciting chapters in British automotive history. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments which of these iconic British cars would have been your dream drive.